Now, welcome everyone. This is the Japanese feudal guide. Now, there was people like, "Hey Corvinus, because you have such a big brain, can you cook up something with the Japanese?" I was like, "Of course we can cook up something with the Japanese." And it's gonna be the feudal aggression into 2TC. Yeah, you heard it correctly. Feudal aggression into 2TC in feudal. Yes. So how are you gonna start? It's very simple. You're gonna send 2 starting villager to the stone, 1 starting villager to the gold, and either send a villager or just make a new villager and build a farmhouse. We are not gathering the berries, we are not getting the Tawara because we are playing for the time. What does it mean? We want to save as much as a time we can and do the things that we need to do. Now, there was a little mistake I did in this game. When you click to the daimyo manor, the villager that comes with daimyo manor should go to the gold. That was a little mistake I did, but on the next game, these little mistakes I already fixed as well. So let's see what happens. Normal guide, villagers on the food, the starting villagers, wherever you need to put them, you put them there. And you eat the sheep. It's very important to eat those sheep. Put a storehouse going up to the right side or left side, doesn't matter where you put it, just make it. So here, when you gathered enough store, you remove the villagers. You either put it on food or wood, whatever you need mostly. So when you get to 225 stone, you immediately send those villagers either to the food or to the wood, and you're gonna get these, right? So now you keep the villager on the gold. Sadly, I forgot the daimyo mana villager to get to the gold, and my gold will be not enough for the early night. But on the next game, I already fixed this little mistake I did, so it's fine. You're gonna keep building the houses around the berries, and you still not get the berries. Don't forget to put the villager on the farms. You always want to have villagers on these farms since you have the upgraded TC. You make Uma Bannerman and Horsemen. That's all you to make. Una Bannerman and Horseman, and try to raid your opponent or try to do damage. Or if it's a Delhi player, don't let the Delhi player to capture the sacred sites. So now you are building a barrack and keep making Onamusha around the barrack. One little mistake I did in this game, I forgot to build here a tower, or you can just build little walls and eventually I will lose the gold villagers. But if you do everything correct, you will not lose your gold villagers. I just did a little problem, a little mistake. Because when you are playing against a Civ that does cavalry aggression, just like the Delhi does with the Ghazi Raiders, you want to always have vision around your villagers to not get raided, right? So what I'm doing is I keep making the horseman and keep making the Onabugesha. I will not let him to really much raid me. I'm killing his units left to right. You can see the disturb value is really high for me. If your opponent makes Spearman Archer, Ghazi Raider, don't be scared. The Onabugesha will destroy all those light armored units. So just keep making the horseman Onabugesha, and later on you need to transition. Now this was the mistake I was talking about. I lost 6 villager. I shouldn't have lost 6 villager. Here, you have to transition into samurai when the game goes a little bit way too long. And do not try to dive like this. So that was another little mistake by me because my army was a little bit far away to the rest of the army, and I dived under his TC. Do not do this. So don't dive under his TC like that, because you will lose a lot of unit and the TC will keep firing at your units, and that's why you will lose the fight. But it's still okay, it's still fine. Even if you lose a fight like this, you will still able to win the game. Do you know why? Because you just need to keep raid your opponent, you need to keep making units, and that will win the game for you. So let's say berries are out, you need to get her gold, you need to get her wood, you need to make units and slowly transition into samurais. Ona Bugesha is really important. That's like the main unit line, right? The main unit in your unit line, and you can do raid with them. Don't forget, they are really fast. So the small mistakes that you can make, example losing the villagers on gold, don't forget, you just send out the Onabugesha, you sit on your opponent's gold or food, and you're gonna kill multiple villagers, just like this happened. Killed 10th villager of my opponent. So even if you are getting pushed, don't be scared. Just make the samurais transition to samurai, because they will be a really heavy meat shield for your army when your opponent has, like, example, Ghazi Raider. If your opponent has knight, then it's better to make spearman and onobugesha. So you need spearman, but you need onobugesha as well, right? So here we don't make an archer range, and we are making archers. We are either making spearman, or we are making onobugesha, or we are making horseman. Or if your opponent has like Gazi Raider or Sipahi, samurai is based. Okay, samurai is okay, just make samurais. I will have auto stone, and because of that I will able to make a second TC on this gold, right? So the gold you get, or you get stone as well. So now as you can see, I'm pulling my villagers and building a second TC on a gold. Now this same thing will happen in the other game as well. I'm gonna show you. So just building here a second TC, and I'm already ahead of villagers of him because I've killed the 11 villager, right? So now I'm on 2 TC, and I'm building up the walls as well to secure those villagers will not die. He's destroying some of my farmhouses, some of my farm production, but don't be scared. Like, still, if you start panicking here that you see that you are losing buildings, you will eventually lose the game as well, right? So just keep making units, just keep making, that's what you need to do. Keep making units, rebuild your lost farmhouses, etc. We are still in a fine position. Fight under your TC. Now, the reason why it's so good to fight under your TC, because your TC is upgraded, right? So it's like an English TC right now, because the English TC has 2 arrows, right? So 2 arrow slits, sorry, it has 2 arrow slits inside. A normal TC has 1 arrow slit. But the level 1, let's say this is the level 1, not the level 0, the level 1 when you upgrade only once, receives another arrow slit. So now you have 2 arrow slits in the TC, which means this TC actually does 18 damage, because 9 plus 9, that's 18, right? So this TC actually does 18 damage right now, and that's why it's really good for you if you fight under your TC. But still, don't be scared, even though you did a little mistake of, let's say, losing your army, fighting around your TC, making the samurais, making the onobugesha, or making the spinner, whatever composition you need, the civilization against you are playing will win the game for you. So now my opponent does the mistake of fighting under my TC, and my TC helps a lot to clear up his army. Even though he has a lot of scholar healing his units, I still managed to do more and more damage. You can, if you level up the daimyo manor like this, right? So now you have 2 daimyo manor. What you can do, you can make a Uma bannerman, and you can make a katana bannerman. Sending out the Uma bannerman and raid your opponent, which I did. I didn't show it, but I did. I sent an Uma bannerman again, and I killed more villagers. So now I killed 15 villagers, and both of my TC is pumping, and I'm keep making farms. So I just keep making the samurai, making more onobugesha as well to do a little bit of raid. Look at that, little raid, killing more and more villagers furthermore. And eventually my opponent will surrender because he's losing to the samurais. Alright, so let me show you this. So, the normal build, just like what I showed in the last game, literally doing the same thing. But what is really important here, I will send the daimyo manor villager to the gold and not to farm or food, just like I did last time. You will see as soon as I reach the stone, sending the villagers back, you send either to, see? So I send the daimyo manor villager to gold to make sure I will have enough gold to make the knight. So I'm building the stable, I'm not rushing anything, right? So perfectly fine. I'm not rushing anything, doing perfectly good. Sending out the knight, aka the Uma bannerman. He's building 2 TC, but I'm still not scared, right? You don't need to be scared. Killing 1 villager, killing 2 villager, and that's it. Killed 2 villager, send out the knight. Even though I lost it, I killed 2 villager. I'm really happy with that. Now I'm building up the barracks and doing the same thing, making horsemen. I remade the Uma bannerman as well, and making onobugesha at the same time, upgrading my melee damages as well, ranged armor, and I will upgrade the siege engineering. So you will see how many villagers on my resources, and then as you can see, I'm non-stop put villagers on those farms, because the longevity you can save on the sheep lives, right? I upgraded level 1 wheelbarrow, but I still did not send the villagers yet to the berries, because I want to make sure I have a good amount of resources in my bag, a huge bank I have at my base, right? That's what I wanted to make sure. So, gathering more resources, sending villagers to farm, it's really important. And sending out so this is the first engagement against the HRE, who is in a good amount of farms by now, who is getting a lot of wood. And look, he's sending the villagers, and I will start killing villagers. I already killed one villager. Amazing. Now I see that he used the repairing, so I was like, okay, he just used the emergency repair. I should stop. I should just go back, put the Onabigation inside the ram so the archers will not kill it, or a TC will not kill the Onabigation while I'm running away, and just build another ram and wait for the emergency repair, right? Because it's healing the TC, there's no reason to attack it right now. So grab out the Onabigation and keep making another ram, and at the same time keep making more navigation and more horsemen. And because I have a good gold amount of bank, I just wanted to have like a lot of gold. This is good. Now send the units to the farm, start upgrading more different upgrades I need, and more stuff. I just need to watch out, right? The reason why you need a lot of gold, because you want to build a second TC. Don't forget, this build is about second TC and full damage upgrade. So as you can see, if I click on a Begesha, it has +2 damage right now, right? Which is amazing. Perfect, +2 damage. Start damaging, start attacking the TC again. On a Begesha inside the ram. Boom. When he gets close with like spearman to the ram, I just grab my Onabugesha out and I just start killing those spearmen or villagers that will come close. You can see he's trying to repair the TC. He will even use the emergency repair. He's using the villagers to torch down the ram, but I did not care because the Onabugesha kills villagers in a second, in a blink of an eye. He's done under almost 25 villager, losing more and more and more. 25 villager, 24 villager, and I'm doing more and more damage to him. Emergency repair is off. He has to repair the TC with villagers. I just put the Navigator back to the TC again and still ramming, because he either pulls villagers to torch the ram or he puts spearmen, which I can kill by just grabbing the Onabugesha out of the ram, right? And I'm still killing, still destroying, still focusing, making units, making horsemen, making Onabugesha, making Katana Bannerman, and I'm still focusing on to destroy that TC. I want to destroy it. He lost a good amount of villager. Now just let's focus to destroy the TC, and boom! The TC is down, which is perfect. And I will achieve the wood and stone, everything at the same time. Almost have the stone for build another TC. And I will not care of gathering gold for a while, because I still have a good amount of gold in the bank, which I will use, I will need, because for a small amount of time, right? So I will not gather gold anymore until the TC finished. So you will see, I will reach the 350 stone, and when I have it, I'm going to build the second TC. So as you see, we destroyed the second TC, we are building a second TC. If you are facing opponent that rushing castle, you just do the same thing. You literally do the same thing, because the Ona Begesha has a good amount of damage. Right now you can see I have 9 damage. I think, yeah. So I have 9 damage, which is really good. I have a Katana Bannerman as well. And I can face Castle Age units without a problem. With Samurai, with Onabugesha, with Spearmen or Horsemen as well, I can just easily face them, right? So look at the damage I'm putting on those archers as well. Pushing him back to his base, killing archers one by one. Amazing. Now I pull back again, and I'm gonna keep making more and more Onabugesha and more horsemen against his spearman archer combo. Even if he adds man-at-arm into composition, I'm not scared, because Onabugesha will have 9 damage with the Katana Bannerman, and then myself, I can add samurais as well if I need. The reason why I'm adding, I'm making Onabugesha, because they are destroying every light tape, light-based unit, right? Light unit means, in my eyes, the unit that has no base armor. They can easily kill it. Look at that. Again, a huge army, using the farms. You can send out villagers to gather different resources on the map, because you have the map control. Onabugesha fast, horsemen fast. You have the map control, just go out on the map and get the resources, right? So you can see now the economy as well. It's insanely favored to me. I am the one who is on 2TC now against HRE who tried to be on 2TC. So now I just keep making honorable geisha, keep making horsemen. He now adds a few marathon because, you know, like he's really scared now. He needs more and more economy to deal with my army. But sadly, I approach to his base again and I'm ready to kill those villagers. My 2TC is non-stop making villagers. I made most of my upgrades as well. Even though it doesn't show up because of, you know, Japanese UI bug. But that's fine. Keep killing villagers. 38 villagers being killed. Killing more and more villagers. It's really important. You can face the army with a few units, but mostly you want to kill the villagers. That's really, really important. Kill the villagers non-stop. 41 villagers killed. 56 to 26. 3 barrack, 2 stable is enough to make those units for yourself non-stop. Now I'm making another army and I will push into his base again. And at the same time, I will be ready to get to the next stage. I will build it extra farms around my main TC and gathering the resources outside of the map, right outside of my base on the map. You will see I'm ready to age up, going with the floating gates so I can put the Yoroshiro inside these by my opponent's surrenders. And that was the strength of the feudal Japanese. Woo!